Alright, so you have got yourself a performance flex board. Maybe something like this, the loaded Tantan. Either way, you've started having a desire to take that FlexiBird. But because you love the FlexiBird, you're gonna take it and you're gonna set it free. You're gonna take your Flexi board and you wanna start doing some more free riding, some more downhill. Maybe you just want more speed, but maybe the board is flexy and you're not feeling as stable. Could be the truck, could be the board, could be anything. I'm going to give you a number of things that you can do to take your longboard and make it more speed ready or free ride ready. Whatever your desire is, I'm going to tell you how to make that more settable, more stable, without having to buy new trucks and without having to buy a new board. So, sometimes a Flexi board isn't exactly known or the first choice for freeriding. And you're right, it's not my first choice, but it doesn't mean that it's not really fun to do. Step 1, let's see, change the bushings. If you look in here, we have, I need a better angle on this. Okay. So we have a barrel bushing on the bottom and a cone bushing on the top. Personally, when I'm doing anything at speed, sliding, whatever it is, I like to make sure I'm using a barrel bushing on both sides. A barrel bushing is going to make it, the truck turn less, but it's also going to give you more rebound, return to center kind of feel. It's going to make it feel more stable. So, barrel bushing. Alright, so we got new bushings. These are the orangutan nipple bushings. Interesting name. These are actually the hardest duro that they come in. So, typically if you buy a longboard at a store, maybe it's already complete, either way, or if it's even flexi, or maybe drop through, typically it's going to have a more carving oriented setup. So, if you have a carving truck and you love the way that it carves, you just want it to be more stable. When you get those barrel bushings, these are really old barrel bushings, but when you get those barrel bushings, it's get a harder durometer. More speed. Step 2, washers, they actually matter. So, this is a typical washer that would come with an orangutan bushing. It's flat, yeah. This is an insertable washer. Let me see if I can get it better. Alright, see how it kind of comes out right there. Yeah, that plugs right in to the top of your bushing. It's right on there. Bing. What that does is, it is called a no-slop washer. So, basically, sometimes you feel unstable and it's simply because the bushing has too much play. The washer with the inserted little plug will stop the slop, hence the name slop stopper. So, crank that, pop it down. Don't be afraid to go a little bit tighter than you usually do. Boom, we got it. All right. Step 3, your wheels. Now on this setup, this is an excellent free ride reel. Don't get me. This is an excellent free ride wheel. This is the orangutan stimulus. So, I love those wheels. But if I'm going to be doing any speed or free ride runs on this board, I am probably gonna take those guys off. So, the reason I say that, flexi boards, the flex sometimes makes it easier to slide. Also, this is a drop through board, which is gonna make you lower to the ground, so you already have a pretty ease into the slide part. So the issue isn't necessarily how easy is it to slide out. The issue is it's already easy to slide out. You want to have a little bit more control over that guy. So we're going to take this wheel. I'll explain why. Okay, so we got the wheel right there, and then we have something like this. Now these look kind of similar, and you're right, both of these are 86A. These are the same durometer, different urethane, but different type of wheel. Here's what's different. This is called, it's also coned, but this is called an offset wheel. So the bearing isn't directly in the center, it's kind of closer to the side. So if it's closer to the side, it's easier to kind of push the slide out. This is a center set wheel. So the bearing, maybe I said pushing earlier. Anyway, the bearing is directly in the center, which makes you have a little bit more resistance when pushing out the slide. But you may have a lot of hills, you may not, so that's why I'm sticking with the harder durometer wheel. I want the slide to go just as far, I just don't want it to be as easy to slide out and fall. So we're changing that. Alright, so last step to making your board more rideable, or to increase your confidence in the board's ability to do the job, is grip tape. Alright, this is vicious grip tape. This is known to be some of the coarsest grip tape you can get. I actually just put it on my test track and literally just took it off, so doing it for the video. And this grip tape will actually go right over top of your typical grip tape. So I like my feet when I'm sliding to be as close to the edge right here. Kind of gives you just more torque to push in. So I'm going to make it a little bit higher. Okay. You do not need to cut the side of grip tape off. I like to just fold it over. Reason for that, sometimes when you're sliding, if you don't have a whole lot of concave, you might be leaning your foot over the edge, and a little grip right there ain't gonna hurt. Also, if you're doing early grabs, it sticks right to your glove. We'll go back through things. Grip tape matters. The washer type matters. Bushing matters. Wheel matters. Now, real quick, getting back to the wheels. Another thing you can do if you really like using an offset or side set wheel, those wheels slide out easier. You can just change the durometer of your wheel. You can get a softer one. I don't have a lot of hills, so I like to make sure I have a harder durometer wheel so it still allows me to slide further, but I do want it to be not always as easy to slide out. That's why I went with that wheel. Boom. Alright guys, that's it. Here's a couple clips of me riding this thing. Boom.